how's it going, BimmerTech crew? It's your boy Chaz here. Just got done filming the i3 MMI Prime installation video with Russ, one of our certified installation specialists. And you know what? It turned out great. Stick around and you'll see how the installation went. Welcome to the video. And before we get things going, here's a list of tools that you're going to want to have available. Be sure to grab one of our trim removal kits as it works wonderfully. And as always, anytime you're working on any electrical components, be sure to disconnect the negative terminal on your battery. Getting this highlight underway, pull up and pop out the back seat cushion to access the head unit. Set that aside for later. Grabbing our trim tool, we'll be prying up the passenger side trim that'll reveal the path we'll be taking to run our new cables. You'll start by prying up on this section here where your feet would occasionally step on, along with some additional clips down near the carpet that you'll need to push away from you. Here Russ is pointing out where the clips used to be that he already removed. And directly underneath the glove box, we'll need to remove the passenger footwell with two screws that are holding it in place. Remove them, set them aside, and pull the panel out. Next, we'll remove this plastic speaker guard that has a couple screws in it as well. Now we have a clear working path to run our cables. Now, in order to remove the glove box, there are 6 screws that have to be removed, 3 of which have caps that are covering them. With the caps popped off, now we can remove all the screws. At which point, there's an air vent just next to the glove box that needs to be pried out ever so slightly to give you more working room to get the glove box free. Pull up on the glove box, revealing the LED light that has to be unplugged. Pinch the connector with your fingers and pull. You may have to wiggle the glove box as you got it free to get it loose. And there we have it. Here, Russ is explaining to me how he pried up the air vent in order to get more working room. Next on the list of things to do, we'll need to remove the caps covering these 2 screws that keep the video monitor in place. Set the screws aside and then remove the monitor. Now we're ready to pull back the old cable and run the new monitor cable that'll plug into the MMI Prime. With the new cable in place, we can plug it into the monitor and screw the monitor back down. Once you're done screwing the monitor in place, we'll plug in the USB AV harness and run the USB cable down below the glove box to plug our devices in later. Here's where you can see we ran the USB cable to. Now we'll run the main harness jumper that'll plug into the head unit and run down the path on the passenger side of the vehicle. To snake cables through some difficult areas, some people like to use coat hangers that are pulled apart, or you can pick up this oversized zip tie at your local hardware store. Just ask for an AC duct zip tie. Once it's pulled through, go ahead and tuck the cable running down the side of the vehicle underneath the rug. Then you'll follow the existing cable's paths up through the glove box. With the cable ran and the OEM harness unplugged from the head unit, we can now plug in the BimmerTech harness jumper and plug that jumper into the OEM harness. Once that's completed, tuck the cable off the side to make sure it doesn't get pinched when you put the seat cushion back in place. Back at the MMI box, making sure the dip switches are set properly, go ahead and plug the harness jumper into the MMI Prime box, also making sure to screw in the wireless antenna. With all the cables plugged in, go ahead and dress the cables neatly and tuck the MMI Prime box in a vertical position off to the left. Now we can go ahead and put the glove box back in place. Set it in, push the AC vent back in place, put all the screws in, and you'll be ready to go. Then go ahead and place your speaker panel and your footwell panel back in. You don't have to pull out the weather stripping, but you can in order to make it easier to put the panel back in. With that done, now we can go ahead and put this last trim piece back in place on the passenger side of the vehicle. Making sure the seat belts are upright, then we can put the cushion back in place. And there we have it. Now we'll put the vehicle back together so the customer can enjoy his new CarPlay MMI Prime features. It was a successful install and the customer was happy. If you're interested in seeing a deep dive on the CarPlay MMI Prime, check out the links in the description for other videos that we've made. The customer really enjoyed it and got to leave with a smile. Once again, guys, my name is Chaz. Thanks for sticking around and watching this video. If you happen to have any questions, let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to see the latest videos that we got here at the shop. See you next time.